Hey, if you clicked on this video, I need you to know something right now. You're not broken. You're not failing. And you are not alone in feeling this way. Right now, millions of people are walking around feeling exactly what you're feeling. This deep, exhausting tiredness that sleep doesn't fix. This weight that makes even simple things feel impossibly heavy. And I want you to take a breath with me, because what you're about to hear might be the relief you've been searching for. First, what you're feeling has a name. Psychology calls it existential fatigue, and it's not the same as depression, though it can feel similar. It's that feeling of being tired of the sameness. Tired of performing. Tired of pretending everything's okay when you're barely holding it together inside. And here's what I need you to hear. This feeling is actually your mind's way of protecting you. It's not a breakdown. It's a breakthrough trying to happen. Your exhaustion is your soul saying, "Hey, this isn't working for us anymore. We need something different." That's not weakness. That's wisdom. You're not lazy. You're overloaded. Listen, if you've been beating yourself up thinking you're just lazy or unmotivated, stop. What's really happening is that your nervous system is overloaded. Think of it like your phone with 47 apps running in the background. Eventually, it slows down. It freezes. It needs to reset. That's you right now. You've been running on autopilot for so long, doing what you're supposed to do, meeting everyone else's expectations, keeping all the plates spinning, that your system finally said, "I can't do this anymore." And you know what? That's okay. In fact, researchers have found that this kind of fatigue is actually your body's intelligent response to an unsustainable situation. You're not malfunctioning. You're actually functioning exactly as you should. Your tiredness is a message, not a failure. And the message is simple. We deserve better than this. Here's something that might surprise you. That empty feeling you have, that sense of what's the point of all this, that's actually not the end of your story. It's the beginning of something new. Psychologists have studied this, and they found that people who go through periods of existential exhaustion often emerge with incredible clarity about what actually matters to them. Because when everything feels meaningless, you get to ask yourself, okay, if nothing I've been doing matters, what would matter? What would make me actually want to wake up tomorrow? You're not lost. You're in the sacred space between who you were and who you're becoming. And that space? It's uncomfortable. It's disorienting. But it's also where all real transformation happens. I know you feel alone. I know it seems like everyone else has it figured out while you're struggling just to get through the day. But can I tell you a secret? Almost everyone you see is wearing a mask. That person who seems so put together at work, they're exhausted too. That friend who's always posting happy photos, they're struggling too. Your neighbor, your coworker, even people who seem to have it all, so many of them are barely holding on. Recent studies show that over 60% of people report feeling this exact type of existential tiredness. 60%. You're not the exception. You're part of a massive, mostly silent community of people who are all feeling the same thing and thinking they're the only one. And the moment you start being honest about it, you'll be shocked how many people say, "Oh my God, me too." Your vulnerability isn't weakness. It's the bridge that connects you to everyone else who's been too scared to say it first. Here's what I want you to understand, and I mean really feel this. You don't have to fix everything today. You don't have to have your whole life figured out. You don't have to suddenly find your purpose or transform into a completely different person. All you have to do is take one tiny step toward anything that feels even slightly more like you. Maybe that's saying no to something you've been forcing yourself to do. Maybe it's spending 5 minutes doing something just because it brings you a moment of peace. Maybe it's reaching out to one person and saying, "I'm not okay, and I need to talk." Psychologist Viktor Frankl survived the Holocaust and discovered something profound. People can endure anything if they have even the smallest reason to keep going. Not a huge purpose, not a grand mission, just one small thing that matters. For some people, it was seeing the sunset. For others, it was the thought of reuniting with someone they loved. Small, simple, but enough. You don't need a reason to conquer the world. You just need a reason to get through today, and then tomorrow. And that's enough. I need you to hear this. What you're feeling right now is temporary. I know it doesn't feel temporary. I know it feels like this heaviness is just who you are now. But emotions move in cycles. Nothing stays the same forever, not the good feelings, and not the hard ones either. Research on emotional resilience shows that humans have an incredible capacity to adapt, heal, and find new meaning. even after the darkest periods. You've already survived every difficult day you've ever had. That's a 100% success rate. And you're going to survive this one too. Here's the final thing I want to leave you with. The world needs you here. Not the perfect version of you. Not the productive, optimized, always happy version. The real you. The tired, confused, barely holding on you. Because your story isn't over. The chapters ahead might be completely different from anything you've experienced before, and that's actually the gift of where you are right now. You get to rebuild. You get to decide what matters. You get to create a life that feels like yours instead of one that just looks good on paper. And you don't have to do it alone. Take a breath. Be gentle with yourself. And know that somewhere, someone needed to hear your story. The messy, unfinished, beautiful story of how you kept going even when everything felt impossible. You're doing better than you think. And it's going to be okay. You're not alone. Subscribe for more psychology that reminds you why you matter.